and welcome to the Crazy Sock Lady YouTube channel. My name is Kay and this is my channel where I share all about my making adventures. Today I have some knitting and crocheting to share with you. I hope that you've got something to drink. I've got some coffee. Oh, in my summer sock camp mug. Love it so much. These are available on the Spreadshirt shop, which is linked down below. But yes, I hope you've got something to drink. I hope you've got something to work on because we've got a lot of things to talk about today. There's a lot. This is episode 228. It is May 2nd, somehow, 8:39 a.m. Yeah, there's a lot to talk about today. I have a couple of finished objects. I have lots of works in progress, all the regulars, but then also scrappy blankets that don't get shown every week. I'm going to show the progress that was made on those throughout April. And speaking of April, I have April stats to share with you, stash stats and how many items were made, etc. A giveaway winner from last episode, as well as maybe a new giveaway for this episode. Stay tuned for that. And then there are some things that arrived in the mail. And then I also have a list of new prize donations for summer sock camp. So we got lots to chat about. We're just going to jump in. We're going to start with finished objects, then do works in progress, April stats. We're going to go down the list here. It's very long. I hope you're ready. Before I even take a drink of coffee. You can find me on Instagram and Ravelry as The Crazy Sock Lady. I will have links right down below this video for everywhere that you can find me, as well as links to Ravelry project pages for every knit and crochet item that I'm going to show you. Shops that I talk about, those will be linked down below. The Ravelry group, which is like the hub of the summer sock camp information, is all there. Yeah, all that's in the description box. Just look below the title, hit more. It'll pull down that description box for you. But okay, finished objects. One I do not have here to show you because it is off in the mail. These are the prayer socks, that's what I'm calling them, that I was working on last week. This is the Rhinebeck Roomies pattern. Hopefully I'll be putting a picture up here. The Rhinebeck Roomies pattern, which is one of my designs. And I knit this using 3 by the Sea Designs Tea in Wonderland sock set. I did the pop of color at the cuff. I did 20 rounds total of knit 2 purl 2 rib for the cuff. I think 60 rounds for the leg. All the details are on the Ravelry project page. I knit those on 9-inch circulars, so I did a US 0 2mm. This was pair number 28 for the year. I started them on April 23rd and I finished them on April 29th. They really became like the focus. Wanted to get them done. And then that left me like feeling like great because they were done. I prayed for the recipient while I knit them. I hope that they love them. They should get them tomorrow, I think, is when it said it should arrive. But then it left me like I'm never going to get my April Freckled Whimsy socks done. So I got them done yesterday. They were a day late, but that's totally fine. It's just a thing I put on myself that I want to knit them in the month I receive them, and only a day late is not bad. So then these became the focus. So really the only thing I've worked on are socks. That's it. That's all. We'll talk more when I get into works in progress, but I got these done yesterday. This pattern is Heel Toe Dosey Do, which is another one of my sock patterns. And I knit this using the April Christmassy colorway Vintage Christmas from Freckled Whimsy. I get the sock set fingering weight, so I had a mini with it, so I did that for the cuff and the heel. 20 rounds knit 2 purl 2 for the ribbing. I'll show you the front here. Turned out so good. So happy with these. This was pair number 29 for the year. Started them on April 20th, finished them on May 1st. And I did those magic loop, US 1 2.25mm needle. I don't think there's anything else about the finished objects. 2 pairs of socks done, not bad. Like I said, that's all I've worked on. I am going to show Wyatt's sweater. And I only have 1 sock work in progress now, which is feeling very nice. I'm going to get those done before I cast on any new. That's the plan anyways. But yes, socks have been about it. I have not touched my plastic canvas or my English paper piecing. I've barely touched Wyatt's sweater and any of my blankets. We had company in town, and then just life in general has been busy. Unfortunately, I don't get to sit and just knit and craft all day. Wish I did, but I don't. So there's just been a lot going on just around the house, and just Puppy's great, by the way. Piper's great. Some of you have asked for updates. Piper's great. But yeah, just life in general has been busy, and socks are just the easiest for me to just pick up and go. I'm definitely not going to grab a cabled sweater and sit and try to have a conversation with company and be paying attention to a cabled chart. It's not happening. So yeah, I just got lots of done on socks, and that's totally fine with me because they are my favorite thing to knit, if you didn't know. But that meant Wyatt's sweater did not. I should have had this back piece finished. Should have, but I do not. I'm hoping today to get back into a better routine of sit and work on, you know, projects. Again, I was doing so good last week, and then I just got thrown off with company and life stuff and all of that. Which is all okay. It happens. I'm not complaining about it. It happens. But I'm hoping to get back into a good routine of at least picking up some other projects this week and working on them here and there. The Wyatt sweater is the Sovereign sweater by Megan Babin. Oh, I'm like, why? What is this tangled around? No, you're just pulling the yarn out. It is in a bag from JM Yarn that she sent me for this project, and I love it so much. The yarn I'm using is Knit Picks Swish Worsted. And I'm so close. I think I have 6 rows and then the bind off. I'm pretty sure that's where I was last week. So I did work on it a little. But this piece should definitely be done next week. I've had some people ask why I only do 4 rows a day or small increments. It's just because I want to work on so many different projects, and this is a good way for me to manage it and not, for a big project like this, not get burnt out on it. And it just allows me to work on more things because that's what I enjoy, is just going through and working on different things. And this does not need to be done anytime soon. It's supposed to be 86 degrees today. Wyatt's not going to be wearing this for a while. What else? Oh, I've had some people ask about the pattern in general, just throughout me knitting it. Do I find it challenging? Is it well written? I find it very, very well written. I do not find it challenging, but I have knit a lot of cabled things in the past, so this is definitely not my first go at cables or even a cabled sweater or anything like that. I would say if you're gonna do a first cable project, pick something smaller. Unless you're like super adventurous and you don't mind if you make mistakes and have to fix them, then go right ahead and dive right in. But I would suggest a smaller project for your first attempt at cables. But I've done so many over the years. I enjoy doing cables. I just, where I am in my life right now, don't have a lot of time to sit and just do things. I prefer mindless things. We're on the go too much. But anyways, that's the back piece. Should be done next week, and I should have the front piece started. All right. Jelly roll blanket. This has gotten some work. Yeah, I moved the marker up. Oh, the marker was from Twin Mountain Handcrafts. But if you've been watching, you already know that. The Jelly Roll blanket has gotten some work. This is in a bag from Bags by Awesome Granny. This pattern is by Kay Jones. And this is my kind of 30-ish minutes of knitting every morning, other than the past few days because I've been working on socks. But this is what I work on in the morning while I have my first cup of coffee. And I'm doing the Bible recap to read the Bible in a year. And while I do it on my phone usually, and while it's reading to me, I like to have it read to me while I also read along I work on this and have a cup of coffee, and it's just a great start to the day. Let's see. That is where I was last week, where the little duck marker is. I got that done. It's pretty good. I added in, go ahead and do a little bit of April stats here. Where is it? Jelly roll blanket. I added 82.8 grams into this blanket in the month of April, and it's a fingering weight blanket. I've had questions, am I doing like a magic knot ball for this? No, I just have little bits, and I just add it in until it's gone. They're about 5-ish grams, some of them. Some are less, some are a little more. There's no rhyme or reason to it. It just is little leftovers, and I add it in. I'm gonna move this marker, which is a lobster clasp. So many of you told me what that was called when I was blanking last week. And a lot of you told me a little trick. Do I have, if I don't have a light bulb marker in here, that would be kind of silly. I do. So many of you, which a lot of you said you can change the lobster clasp to a lever back. I know, I don't want to mess with that. So those of you that said to take a light bulb marker, I've seen people do this before. I just had not thought to do it for this project, or for any project with a lobster clasp, because I struggle to get them open. But yes, you said to put it on a little light bulb marker and pin the light bulb marker on. So that's what we're doing. There we go. That was much easier. So that light bulb marker will be marking where I was this week, and we'll see what progress I get done by next Thursday. I do have all of my changes, modifications. I have made quite a few. Those are all listed on my Ravelry project page. Let's not forget the needle. My only sock work in progress are the ribbed socks for Wyatt. These are in a bag from Barley Pearls. Guitar pick bag, which by the way, there's a little bit of life stuff thrown in here, but the guitar picks made me think of it. My dryer broke yesterday. I heard this awful noise, but I thought it was coming from outside. Nope, it was the belt on my dryer snapping, and then some kind of pulley thing flinging or something, Eric said when he got home and investigated. Because I went to check laundry. I like put the noise out of my mind. I was like, oh, there's a truck out front. It was probably they threw something in the truck bed or something. The neighbors, their lawn people were there. I go to check the dryer to see if Austin's bedding is done, and when I open it, it's just sitting there, like nothing's spinning. It's running, it's hot, but it's not spinning. And I'm like, dang it, I bet that was the belt. So I let Eric know, and he's like, yeah, I'll check it when I get home. Hopefully it's just the belt. I will say in the meantime, I had already went on Lowe's and I picked out a new washer and dryer set. I was ready, I was prepared, but he did fix it. So that's good. We saved a lot of money yesterday. But anyways, when he took it apart to see what the issue was, you know, all that, figured out it was the belt. He went to Lowe's, then he texted me and he's like, hey, he needed something off the dryer. He needed like 3 things. He was not prepared when he went to Lowe's. So I go down to get it, and while I'm down there like looking at the information, I see in the bottom of, not the dryer like drum thing, in the bottom where he had taken the side of the dryer off or whatever, there's like guitar picks everywhere. I must have pulled 15 guitar picks out of the dryer. Obviously, I need to thoroughly check pockets more when I do laundry, because that is like where guitar picks go to die. That is the guitar pick graveyard. That is where they all go. I don't know. There were so many though. It was ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. So Wyatt has a bunch of new guitar picks, new old guitar picks now. But his socks, I have one done. It's a ribbed sock, so it looks a little funny, but it's very stretchy. The yarn I'm using is Leap of Faith yarns in the Spark colorway. There it is in the cake. Like I said, one is done. I'm just doing my vanilla socks counts, like how many I cast on, all of that. But I'm doing knit 2, purl 2. I did it all the way around for the leg for 70 rounds total. So it included like cuff and leg, 70 rounds of knit 2, purl 2 rib, then did my heel, and then just did knit 2, purl 2 across the first half of the stitches. So for this, I cast on 64, so I did knit 2, purl 2 for the first 32 stitches so that the ribbing is only on the top. And then the bottom is just stockinette. So one is done. They should be done next week, and I'll show them on blockers then. But second one is the going. So I have probably 10, 20, 30-ish rounds left. I can tell super easily because of my markers. I do have a tutorial here on YouTube for how and why I use this. It's one of my most asked questions. What are all those markers for? What else about this? I think that's it. I already said 64 stitches. Using 9-inch, so US 0, 2mm ChiaoGoo red lace are my sock needles of choice. That's the only sock work in progress that I have. I really, really want to get those done before I start anything new. And then I think it's going to be a lot of vanilla socks. And I think I said this last week. Pretty sure I said it last week. But I think there's a DPN kick coming on. I can feel it. And I got a project bag that has a needle cozy or holder, whatever you want to call it, that I ordered with it. I'll show it in mail. I feel the DPN kick coming. It's been a while. Now I just have blankets. So I have my Crochet Granny Stripe, a Crochet Granny Square blanket, and my Cozy Memories blanket. Like I said, I have not touched my plastic canvas tissue box cover or my English paper piecing. If I don't show something, it just means I haven't worked on it at all, or it hasn't had enough progress to show, or it's one of these projects that only get shown once a month to show you progress throughout the month because there's not enough progress in 1 week. Hopefully that makes sense. But it would just take ages for me to sit here every single week and show everything when there might only be like a row or a couple stitches. It wouldn't be worth it. All right, let's go down the list so we don't forget anything. Granny Stripe blanket. This is in a bag by Fat Squirrel. And I don't remember. I know I have a marker. There it is. Well, that was easy. I was gonna say, I don't remember where I was. So there is not a specific pattern that I'm following. I have my count, how many I chained, my hook size, there's a YouTube tutorial linked for it. All of that is on the Ravelry project page. I'll show you the blanket. It's been a while. I don't know that I even showed it last month. So I'll show it in its entirety and then I'll show you where I was last time I showed it. Actually, maybe it was last month. I don't remember. But there's the blanket. If you could see all that, it's getting pretty big. I still feel like I have a couple months worth to add in the way I'm doing it. It's leftovers from this month. I added in leftovers from the last pair of scrappy socks I did, and then it's leftovers from my Cozy Memories squares because I wind off 5 grams for that. I only use 3.1 grams-ish. So what's left, I put into a magic knot ball and add into this blanket. So here is where I was last time. So not bad. I mean, if I worked on this all the time like I was when I first pulled it out, I would have this done in no time. But I'm just adding in that little bit every month. Get to work on it a little bit. These are long-term projects for me. I know that would drive some people bananas, but I don't mind. I'm grabbing another light bulb marker so that I can move this lobster claw one and put it on this. So yes, I have a magic knot ball I think it's in my Cozy Memories Square project bag that I could go ahead and add in, but I think I'll continue to add to that this month and then add it in towards the end of the month. So, all right, got that moved up. I'll show this again. Next month, the hook I'm using, show you that, is a 2.5 millimeter. I use Tulip Etimo crochet hooks. They are my favorite. That's the pink set, but I also, the first set I got was, I think, the gray set, and then my grandma bought me that pink set, so it is like extra special. She bought it for me for my birthday. Gosh, Wyatt was either not even in pre-K yet or in pre-K. So I've had that for so long. And then just last year or something, I bought the red set because I loved it too. Which is kind of ridiculous. I don't crochet that often, but I just love those hooks, and the different colors are so pretty. This is really getting so big. It's so beautiful. Now the Crochet Granny Square. I don't even know the last time I showed this. So this was a project that I used up some Homespun House Advent leftovers. No clue when at all. I don't remember where this, oh, the thing is right here. Stitchin' Pink is where this bag is from. I don't know if they're still in business. I've had this for years. It's a nice big drawstring bag, very pretty. And I believe I have a tutorials linked. None of the crochet tutorials are my tutorials, but the ones that I've looked at, I believe I have those linked for this project as well. But yeah, I was using up Homespun House Advent leftovers. I added all those into squares, and then I decided this has been sitting for too long. Let's use my row 1 minis in it and finish this blanket off. I love a granny square project, so let's just finish it off. So this is Homespun House Advent leftovers, and then I'm adding in row 1 minis. I am caught up to April's are added in. So my May ones have not shipped yet, but once I get those, I will add those in. It is fingering weight held double. Lots of information I'm trying to remember here. Ooh, I'm using the red hooks for this one. I'm using a 4 millimeter. Isn't that red just so pretty? I couldn't not get some red ones. And then for the border on the squares, I'm using Swish DK in Dove Heather. And since this is DK, I'm not holding it double. Just the fingering weight minis and leftovers are what I'm holding double. So I have 15 squares. I don't know how big I'm gonna make it. Right now it's 3 by 5. That could change. I'm just going along. Now that I've shown this, I will put markers on squares that I added so that you can see. I am doing a join as you go method, which I'm loving. It's so fun to do. I do know that I have the tutorial linked for that. So yeah, doing join as you go. So I do the square. It is, I believe the squares are 9 rounds, and then the 10th round is where I'm joining the squares. So in the gray, join the border and joining as I go with that. Loving it. No rush on getting it done. This is just what my row 1 minis are going to go into for the time being, and well, until it's done. I'm going to finish it off, and then I'm kind of excited thinking about just using my row 1 for scrappy socks or cowls even, and doing some things like that. All right, cozy memories. This is the last work in progress. I told you there was a lot today. This is in a bag from Fat Squirrel. And I added in how many squares? I think 5. I wrote it in my book. 5 squares, yes. And we are going to go over April stats next, but 5 squares added in. This is the Coziest Memory pattern by Kemper Ray. I I think the only change I've made is that I'm using a different needle size and I do 40 stitches, so 20 by 20. There it is. I think you can see most of it anyways, and I'll show you the squares that I added. So I work mine out from the center, which the next one, because I will do another one, I think I'll always have one of these going. So I have 4 squares here in the center, just like if you were going to do a little coaster or something, and they're all facing in different directions. So I have like 4 quadrants, I feel like, is how I look at it. And I'm over that. I'm so tired of like working in a circle around, so I'm right now working strips out to make it as wide as I think I want it on each side. And then I'm going to work in rows. That probably makes no sense, but it does in my brain. So these 2 are squares that I added in. This was the Freckled Whimsy Christmas Eve from March, I think. There are none on that side. And then I have 3 right here. And that's my 5, I guess. Yeah, it was 5. So this was the Serene sock set. And then this was April Yarnable that I did Whispers in the Wind with. So this project is only, I'm going to take these light bulb markers off while I talk. This project is only yarn that I've used. Nothing that's just minis or scraps from friends. This is just yarns that I've used, mostly for socks. All right, got all those off. So that's the update on this. I think, what size am I using? 2.5 millimeter. These are signature, so they are out of business. You can no longer get these, but 2.5 millimeter is the size I use. I do have my fancy Ziploc bag, the 3 by the Sea yarn in here ready to be added, and then that's the magic knot ball that you can't really see it, but that's the magic knot ball I'm adding leftovers into. Okay, so now we're ready to talk April stats. I'm going to put these light bulb markers in my Notions pouch here, which is from Sandy by the Lakeside. Put these in here. And we'll talk April stats. So I was like going back and forth. The yarn I was gifted from the viewer that came all the way from Germany, I did not include that in my yarn in. So I don't know. I'm struggling with what to include in yarn in because it's all yarn in. But I'm really, when it comes down to tracking what's coming in, I'm trying to track my purchases. So I don't want to be buying more yarn than I'm knitting in a month. But if it's gifted, I don't think it counts. That's that's how I'm looking at it. I am tracking gift yarn, but when it comes to in out, I'm tracking my purchases. So I don't know. That's just the way I'm doing it right now, because I don't think gift yarn should count. So for the month of April, grams in, I did purchase a lot, 740 grams. That was kind of a lot. That wasn't as much as last month, so. Grams out though, it was more than grams in, 823.99 grams for grams out. So I'll take it. I knit 6 pairs of socks. 4 of those were for me and 2 were for gifts. All of the items were knit in the month of April, finished items. I didn't finish any crocheted items. I did finish my DK jelly roll, so that was super exciting. And like I said, I knit 5 squares into my Cozy Memories. I am tracking that as well. So that's kind of my stash stats for the month. I'm just keeping track of this in a notebook, and I just write, like I've got May's ready to go. It is nothing fancy. It is just what makes sense to me, how I track things. Oh gosh. I write a list here of all the finished items. And then I also, if it's a long-term project, like right now I have Wyatt's sweater, and then I already have that wrote out so that I can plug in how many grams or how many skeins I finish, how many grams for that. I'll do a line for my Cozy Memories, put how many squares, how many grams total, things like that for all of my scrappy blankets. But yes, that's just how I track it. It's how it works for my brain. And my brain right now is saying that gift yarn does not count as grams in. Oh gosh. Okay, I'm dropping socks. Trying to clean up a little bit as I go here so that I don't, there's always such a mess when I'm done. Oh, right. I'm going to go ahead and go over the list of new prize donations that have came in for Summer Sock Camp, and then we will talk about mail because I did have some things come in the mail. The list is pretty long here. We have had so many people want to donate prizes for Summer Sock Camp, and it is so amazing. I have, you can see back here the prize cabinet. I have a lot that I'm going to pull from there and send out myself. And then this list here is ones that are being sent out directly from these shops. I want to remind everyone before I go over this list, there is a link for the Crazy Sock Lady Ravelry group down below. There is a thread in that group that has the list of all shops. And it has the links to every single shop, we've had pattern donations, so it has links to the patterns, links to the shop. There are some coupon codes, so you can find the link for coupon codes, or find the coupon code over there. And then we also have a thread that has links to shops that have 80s, 90s themed items. If you want some that are just some fun colors that are in the logo, or just, 80s, 90s themed, since that's what the logo is. The chatter thread is also open already for Summer Sock Camp, so you can go over there, find out all the information for Summer Sock Camp, chat along with other people that are just as excited about camp. And I think that's it. Oh, and then the postcard thread. If you want to have some pen pals for Summer Sock Camp, head over there and check that out too. All right. New prize donations that have came in since last episode. And again, the full list is over on the Ravelry group. We have from Allison of Lofty Loops. She has donated 1 sock set and then also 1 copy of her cold brew sock pattern. And she's also given us a coupon code that is good for in-stock yarn, and it's good till the end of Summer Sock Camp. And the code is Summer Sock Camp 2024. So Summer Sock Camp 2024. And that's listed in the Ravelry group also. Brianna of Little Wolf Knits donated a $100 gift card, y'all. $100 gift card to her shop. So that was just beyond amazing. From Erica Rose Pottery, she has donated 1 mug. And she sent me like some ideas that she had. It's going to be a special mug, and I think it's going to be amazing. I can't wait to see it. Katie's Randomness donated 1 project bag. Plucky Knitter has donated 2 prize packs. One is going to have yarn that is on their feet base, which is their merino nylon blend. I think it's superwash merino nylon blend. And then their one is going to be on their MCN base. Planking. I'm looking right at it and I can't speak. Their merino cashmere nylon base. Stitch Witches Market has donated 2 prize packs as well. There is included in each is 1 sock knitting bag, 1 matching stitch marker / progress keeper, and 1 matching set of needle toppers. And the prize packs are going to be roller skating themed, which I think is so much fun. Mad Cow Mandy Henderson has donated 2 patterns. So her 2x2 feet socks, potato chip socks. Those are the 2 patterns. And then also a sock log journal that is themed 90s girl. And she does have those journals up in her shop right now. So I've had the link for her page over in the Ravelry group in the thread. Okay, I think that's it. I've had some other people email me about it, but I'm still working out details. And in an effort to try to keep everything as organized as I can, I've not added them to the list until all the details are sorted so that I can make sure, because I have some, if you want to donate a prize, feel free to email me, crazysockladypodcast@gmail.com. Summer Sock Camp is such a huge event, and I would not be able to do as much as I am as far as prizes if it wasn't for the generosity of makers within our community who just, without me even saying anything, they jump in and say, hey, I want to donate a prize. How can I do so? And it's so amazing. So if you want to donate a prize, crazysockladypodcast@gmail.com. Send me a link for your shop. Let me know if you ship US only, internationally, like any restrictions that you have as far as shipping goes. Because that's usually the one thing that holds me up, because I have a notebook over here and I'm trying to keep things organized with US shipping only, international shipping, pattern prizes, just so that when it comes time to match winners up with prize donations, I can try to keep things as organized and as smooth as possible. But I am going to be drawing for prizes throughout camp. So once it starts, throughout till camp ends, I will be drawing for prizes from the Ravelry group, the chatter, and the FO thread, as well as just pulling some things from the Instagram hashtag, which is Summer Sock Camp 2024. I feel like I'm forgetting something, but I'll be back next week, so I can always go over it then if I realize I've forgotten anything. I'm gonna look over here. No, I don't see any notes over there. I sometimes make notes on my Post-its. I think that was it. So mail, like I said, I did have some stuff arrive in the mail. I purchased a project bag from Midwest Stitches that I could not pass up. I just couldn't. It's so beautiful. I love florals. I love purple. Let me show you her card here. Look at this. Look how pretty this is. And I got the needle cozy, needle holder, whatever you want to call it, to match. So, DPN socks, they're coming. It's been so long since I've worked with DPNs, but they're coming. I will definitely be casting on, once I finish Wyatt socks, I'm thinking 2 pairs. One on either 9-inch or magic loop, and then one on DPNs. Because DPNs are not something that I take on the go with me. It never fails I drop a DPN, and if we're out in a restaurant, like, and it's on the floor, then I feel like I have to wash it, and I just don't take them with me. Or if I'm in the car, I've had them get under the seat before. That's a disaster. And I can just see, like, when we drive with the Jeep doors off, a DPN flying out the side of the car. So I don't take DPNs on the go. So that'll be an at-home project. But yeah, I think once I finish Wyatt's socks, I'm going to cast those on. And Danielle is so sweet, and she also sent me this bag. Look at these guinea pigs. Oh my goodness. I messaged her to say thank you, and I told her that I don't think I've ever talked about it before. If you followed me like way before Crazy Sock Lady even started on Instagram, I may have posted about them on there. But we used to have guinea pigs, and they were Austin's really at the time, I think, but they're the cutest and sweetest little animals, and I love them so much. So this, I'm like, you didn't even know that, because I don't think I've ever talked about it, but I love guinea pigs. That's what the inside looks like, and it's one of her snap bags, which I also love. So I'm very excited to use that. I think the colors are perfect for summer, kind of go with the Summer Sock Camp theme. Oh, I'm gonna set that over there. Okay, the rest of this stuff was stuff that was gifted to me, and I have something for y'all too. So first, I have a skein of yarn from Beach Bum Yarn, which is something like a yarn dyer I've never used before, so I'm so excited about it. Here's her label, Beach Bum Yarn, and this is Lisa Frank's Trapper Keeper. Y'all, I can't handle it. My Trapper Keepers were like my favorite things. I'm such I love to organize things. And when it came to like organizing my Trapper Keepers, I always had way too much fun with that. But yes, Lisa Frank's Trapper Keeper. This colorway, I can't wait to see this knit up in socks. This is on her 75-25 Superwash Merino Nylon blend. I am having a horrible time thinking that I still have a few weeks till summer sock camp to like cast on. I mean, I can't enter for prizes anyway, so really, what does it matter? I could totally cast this on as one of my next socks, I suppose. But I'm like, you should wait and then cast on all that yarn then. But I just want to knit with it now. All right. Next thing is from Tia's Terrific Threads. This is just, I have to hold this up with the cup because it is perfect. This is her totally 90s color. Let me show her label first. Try to hide it a little bit there. There's her label. It says totally 90s. It is self-striping on her simple sock base, which is a 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon. Look how good that is. Oh my goodness. So I think she had some of these ready to ship and then some pre-order as well. Definitely check out her shop. This one is fingering weight. The Beach Bum yarn was fingering weight too. I believe she was doing this on DK as well. But is it not? Like, I can't wait to knit this up. I'm trying to decide, do you guys think I should do heel toe Dosey Do or should I just do this plain stockinette? I'm having a hard time waiting on that one too. I just might end up knitting like all of my 80s, 90s yarns before summer sock camp even starts. No, I won't knit that many this month. Part of me would like to go crazy and start a bunch though. All right, last thing here. Yes, last thing here is from Sarah's Crochet Crafts. Let me show her card. And all the shops will be linked down below. And she sent over one of these for me and then one for y'all, so we're going to do a giveaway on this episode. I asked her if that was okay or if she wanted this to be for summer sock camp, and she said, oh, it's okay, go ahead and do a giveaway whenever you want to. So I'm going to go ahead and do it because I think it would be fun to send this out and then someone can have this maybe before summer sock camp even begins to use this during camp. So this is her 90s roller skates sock set. It is a full skein, which is 437 yards. The base is her super sock, which is 75% superwash merino wool, 25% nylon. The minis are 87 yards each. So I'll just show one of them here. Let me see. All the colors are so bright, like all the 80s, 90s stuff, that it gets a little blown out. Look how pretty that is. Oh my goodness. So bright. Colors are a little weird on me, but it's really showing the yarn now. This is so much fun. I am so excited about, like I said, getting blown out, but I'm so excited about all these bright and fun yarns for summer. So one of these will be for a giveaway. All you have to do is comment down below. Any comment on this video will enter you into the drawing, and then I will draw a winner next episode on episode 229 and announce it then. Oh, and it does have, she put a stitch marker on there. Words. Stitch marker. And then it's on a light bulb, so you could use it as a progress keeper too. She also has a coupon code for y'all. The code is CSL10, and that will get you 10% off through the end of June. So you can head over and check out her shop. She has a lot of pretty colorways. I'm not sure if this one is still available. I didn't double check before I started recording, but definitely head over and check out her shop. CSL10 will get you 10% off, and I will put the link for her shop and the coupon code down below this video. I'm gonna stick one of these cards down inside of here, tuck it in, so I make sure one goes to the lucky winner. All right, is that it? That was so much, y'all. We do have a giveaway winner to announce from last episode, episode 227. This was the bag from Cozy Corner CK. Oh, I have mine right here. I don't have the one that is the giveaway, but this one is mine. Toss it on the bed. And our winner, I'm going to put the comment up here on the screen. It is Tiffany Scharf. I apologize if I am mispronouncing that, Tiffany. Tiffany Scharf 7790. So congratulations, Tiffany. If you would just email me at crazysockladypodcast@gmail.com, give me your shipping information, and I will get your bag sent out to you. And hopefully you will have it in time for summer sock camp starting. It's almost here, you guys. Almost. How many weeks do we have? Let's pull up the calendar. That's the clock. Calendar. So tomorrow is Friday. Summer sock camp starts on May 24th, which works in progress are allowed. So cast on some socks. 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks. That's a lot of weeks. 4 Fridays. Anyways, okay. That's it for the knitting. Now we're just going to do reading, watching, life stuff, but that's all the knitting I got for you. Told you it was a long one today. It's going to be a beast to edit. All right, reading. I finished The Secret Obituary Writer Book 1 by Amy Martinson, and I'm about halfway through Book 2. They're so cute. Easy reads, cute, clean. I don't know all the words I'm trying to say, but they're very cute, easy reads. So I'm really enjoying those. Watching, we are still watching Survivor and Alone, but then we did watch Thank You, Goodnight, the Bon Jovi story on Hulu. And I definitely recommend that if you are a Bon Jovi fan. I grew up, that was something that was always playing in my house was Bon Jovi. So I grew up listening to that, and it was very interesting. I've always loved their music, but I saw them in concert once, but aside from that, I don't really know a lot about John Bon Jovi, the band in general, nothing. So it was very, very good. It's 4 episodes. They are long episodes. I think they're like an hour, 15 minutes, hour and a half for some of them. Definitely worth watching, like I said, if you like the band. Life stuff. We had company in town. My mother-in-law was in town, got here on Thursday, left on Sunday. We went shopping. We went antiquing. We had s'mores. We had a fire and had s'mores one evening. Went and got ice cream from United Dairy Farmers one evening. We've actually been there twice this week. Once with my mother-in-law, and then we went the other night. We just love their milkshakes. And I think that's kind of it for life stuff. We did go on a Jeep ride on Sunday. Eric and I did after church, and it was so nice. The weather has been just wonderful. It's so warm. I'm looking outside right now. There's not a cloud in the sky that I can see. It's been amazing. It's warming up. Love the change in seasons, and I've been enjoying sitting outside in the sunshine, knitting. It has definitely been a busy but a good week. Definitely. So I think that's kind of all I have. Ooh, we tried. I just looked down, saw s'mores, and thought of this. Have any of y'all ever tried Reese cups on your s'mores instead of a chocolate bar? Usually, you just use like the Hershey's chocolate bars. But I saw, and I've seen this before. I've seen people use the Reese cups, and I've seen them in the stores together, how they'll have like the little display with the s'mores stuff. So I was like, I'm going to get some and try some. I bet my mother-in-law would like it. It was really good. I will say it was a little bit too much Reese. I love Reese's, but it was a little too much. It overpowered the graham cracker and the marshmallow. So I think I'm going to try the Reese's Thins next time. But if you like Reese cups, I say give it a try. Regular, thin, it doesn't matter. Give it a try. It was worth trying. They were very good. So I think that's all I've got today. That's my rambliness today is Reese's and your s'mores. Definitely worth a try. All right, I got lots of work to get done. Laundry to get done since my dryer broke yesterday. which Eric did fix, by the way. I don't know if I ever even said that he did get it fixed. It was just the belt. It had completely snapped. He did get it fixed. Saved a lot of money. Maybe I did say that because I think I remember saying we saved a lot of money. Saved a lot of money yesterday. Didn't have to run to Lowe's and buy a new washer and dryer. Wish the dryer was just broke, but once I started looking, I felt like I needed a whole new set. And you know, they have some that have Wi-Fi now. Ours is pretty old. One of the first ones I pulled up to look at, it like connects to your Wi-Fi. It's so fancy. Fancy, fancy. All right, I'm done. I'm going to go get some stuff done. I hope that you guys enjoyed today's episode. I hope you got a lot of knitting or crocheting or making or whatever you're doing. I hope you got a lot of it done and you enjoyed the catch up. And don't forget to comment below for the giveaway. And check out all the shops that have donated prizes for summer sock camp and that have 80s, 90s themes. Head over and check all of those out if you want. And I will see you guys again next week. Until then, happy making. Bye.